Hey Cosmonauts, hope you all are doing great. Today we have loads of exciting things to dive into, so sit back, relax, and get informed. Cosmonauts, I hope you have prepared enough popcorn because this is an especially exciting episode. The StreamSwap and FLIX launch on Osmosis was a total success. The Neutron Cosmos Hub governance proposal to onboard as the first consumer chain is on chain for voting. The phase 2 of the Game of NFTs has started, and in addition, Stride is also planning to become a consumer chain of the Cosmos Hub. Cosmonauts, watch this new episode so you won't miss any important news and exciting updates within the Cosmos ecosystem. A new cohort of the Interchain Builders program was announced, with a total of 13 teams selected from over 45 applications. Among the selected projects, some of the highlights are Babylon and Squid. Babylon is leveraging Bitcoin security to further enhance the security of POS chains, including within the Cosmos ecosystem. Squid leverages XLR and IBC for better UX for swapping tokens between blockchains. No Land provided some positive updates regarding the ongoing Game of Realms. There has been a major increase in contributions to the phase 1 of the Game of Realms, especially related to the evaluation DAO and the governance module. Moreover, No Land mentioned that the most important challenge for the phase 2 of Game of Realms is likely to be related to IBC. Furthermore, No Land informed that their aim is to be a consumer chain of an existing Cosmos chain, and that they believe strongly in the interchain security module. Remember that interchain security v1 is now called replicated security. The Atom Accelerator DAO grant program announced the first few awarded grants. The largest grant of around $131,000 was given to Stride. The goal of this grant is allowing Stride to liquid stake Atom from the Cosmos Hub community pool, and also deploying Atom from the community pool into Atom/ST-Atom LP pools on Astroport built on Neutron. In addition, Binary Builders, which manages the Cosmos SDK, received a grant of $80,000 to build a Cosmos SDK module registry to help chain developers regarding the discoverability of Cosmos SDK modules, and also to keep track of compatibility between Cosmos SDK modules. The Stride Proposal 201 titled Join Atom Economic Zone and Adopt ICS passed with over 90% yes votes. This means that the Stride validators and stakers approved Stride to become a consumer chain of the Cosmos Hub. However, the main proposal remaining is Stride asking the Cosmos Hub validators and stakers via a governance proposal whether they accept Stride as a consumer chain, similarly as Neutron is doing with their governance proposal to become the first consumer chain. Stride is proposing to share 50% of the proceeds from collecting 10% of the staking rewards of all liquid stake tokens. Also, Stride is offering to share 15% of STRD inflationary staking rewards, noticing the new special plan 50% reduction of the inflation. In addition, Stride is proposing to share 50% of their MEV and transaction fees revenue. However, until around 3 months, both the transaction fees and MEV capture in Stride won't be turned on. Something special about this proposal is the request of 450k Atom from the Cosmos Hub community pool to be provided to an ST-Atom/Atom liquidity pool on Astroport's Neutron deployment. It is mentioned that these 450k Atom would be handled by a multisig. Interestingly, their proposal team for this multisig mentioned is the Atom Accelerator DAO. For transparency, Luke Saunders is a CTO of Delphi Digital, and he incubated projects like Astroport and Mars Protocol, and he is part of the reviewer committee for the grants of Atom Accelerator DAO. Also, for transparency, Stride received the largest grant so far from the Atom Accelerator DAO. Moreover, regarding the current Stride validators, if Stride becomes a consumer chain of the Cosmos Hub, the Stride validators would become governors, but they would not be validating blocks. The limit of validators in the active set is due to the limitations of the consensus engine, but in the case of the Stride governors, the limit for the active set would be totally arbitrary and not a technical requirement. If you want to read the full forum governance discussion about Stride onboarding as a consumer chain in the Cosmos Hub, you can check the link below. There were some changes related to the growth Juno subDAO. Firstly, the multi-sig will be transitioning from a 6 of 11 to a 3 of 5. Moreover, there were some membership changes. Amongst the removed members are Kevin Garrison and Golden Ratio Staking. Some other remaining 4 members will be Rarma and Pumpmos, and an additional member will be added in the short term to make up the 3 of 5 multisig. The Juno Proposal 285 passed with the goal of a token swap between DAO and Juno. The swap will be 500,000 Juno tokens for around 1.1 million DAO tokens. These DAO tokens from the swap will be managed by the Juno Growth Fund subDAO. The Juno tokens received by DAO will vest linearly over 2 years and will support the development of DAO. These Juno tokens will also be staked with a diverse set of validators, excluding the DAO validator. The StreamSwap launch on Osmosis was a great success, including the launch of the FLIX token with community-driven price discovery. Moreover, the FLIX/Osmo incentivized pool 992 launched as well on Osmosis, and with the OmniFlix Proposal 9 pass, the inflation was also enabled for OmniFlix. There are several governance proposals passed to adjust the Osmosis tokenomics. First, you will be allowed to stake 75% of Osmo in superfluid pools, which would lead to around 19 million additional Osmo to be staked. In addition, the daily Osmo emissions will be reduced by 50%, and the time between thirding events will be doubled once the next thirding has occurred. Moreover, some changes were introduced to the Mint module. The portion directed to staking was increased from 25% to 50%. The portion for pool incentives was increased from 13.5% to 20%. The portion for the community pool was decreased from 36.5% to 5%, and the portion for developer rewards remains unchanged at 25%. The first IBC-enabled EVM rollup was announced with the Dimension 35C testnet. Being IBC-enabled means access to the fast-growing IBC ecosystem, which includes currently mainly the Cosmos ecosystem, but also other ecosystems soon. For example, Composable Finance recently announced the first trustless and non-custodial connection between Polkadot and Kusama thanks to IBC. Rollups provide customizability, low latency, and easy bootstrapping, and developers will have access to all of this while deploying EVM-compatible smart contracts. For further details about this exciting announcement, the link is included below. The Evmos team, in collaboration with Kronos and Jump Crypto, implemented a patch for vulnerability in Ethermint. While originally developed for Evmos, Ethermint is now also used by other Cosmos ecosystem projects such as Kronos, Kava, or Canto. Thanks to the swift response and collaboration, no malicious exploitation occurred. Great news for Dexter, since after the recent launch, the total liquidity has already reached over $1.3 million. Congratulations, Dexter! A proposal was passed to allocate 2 million P-stake from the Incentivization and Community Development Fund as LP incentives to bootstrap a deeper P-stake liquidity on Cosmos, Ethereum, and the BNB chain in the next 2 to 3 months. For the first month, the LP incentives will be 250k P-stake for the P-stake/Osmo pool on Osmosis and 250k P-stake in a new P-stake/Cake pool on PancakeSwap on the BNB chain. The proposal also passed to allocate 10 million P-stake tokens from the Incentivization and Community Development Fund for the further adoption of P-stake on Cosmos. The first set of incentives is expected to go live on several Cosmos ecosystem networks such as Osmosis, Crescent, Dexter, and others. The XPRT incentives went live on the XPRT/Osmo Pool 15. The launch of the P-Stake on Cosmos bug bounty program in partnership with Immunify was announced. They're up to $100,000 in bounties. For further information, we have included the link below. The Persistence roadmap for 2023 includes some really exciting upcoming updates. Firstly, Persistence aims to be the first chain to enable the Liquid Staking Module, or LSM for short. And in fact, the LSM was already added to the Persistence Core 1 testnet on the 24th of April of 2023. Furthermore, Persistence is working with Informal Systems and other teams in Cosmos, since Persistence is aiming to become a Cosmos Hub consumer chain similar to Neutron or Stride. In addition, Persistence is working also to integrate with Skip, and there are plans to collaborate as well with Noble to use native USDC in Cosmos for Persistence ecosystem dApps such as Dexter and Bamboo. Happy 1-year anniversary AssetMantle. Last year, on the 18th of April of 2022, the Mantle Chain mainnet went live and over 140k wallets participated in AssetMantle stake drop. On July 1st of 2022, the Mantleplace Alpha v0 1.0 was launched, providing a decentralized marketplace for NFTs, and currently the Mantleplace Alpha v0 1.1 is live. Moreover, the first MNTL pool, MNTL/ also went live on Osmosis, and also the official mascot of AssetMantle was announced in September of 2022. Furthermore, Mantle Labs, which is the incubation arm of AssetMantle, supported several projects. The MNTL token is available both in the decentralized exchanges such as Osmosis and QuickSwap, and centralized exchanges like Mex Global, Bybit, and LBank. Are you interested in AssetMantle and want to become a creator on Mantleplace NFT Marketplace? Are you ready to launch your own NFT collection on Mantleplace? Or do you want to know how to upload entities to create an NFT on Mantleplace? Then check the Twitter thread tutorials prepared by AssetMantle. The links are in the description. AssetMantle has launched on Zeely, previously known as Crew 3. You can now complete quests about AssetMantle to rank higher in the leaderboard and earn rewards. To participate, you can follow the link included below. After weeks of testing Interchain NFTs during the Game of NFTs Phase 1, now the Phase 2 has started with the Interchain Virtual Hackathon. For all the details about the hackathon and to register, we have added the links below. There are in total prices of around $300,000. For example, in the Cosmos Hub track, there are 2,750 Atom for the first place. And in the OmniFlix track, there are 50,000 FLIX for the first place. The Cosmos Hub Proposal 792, titled Launch Neutron on Replicate Security, has received an overwhelming majority of yes votes so far. The voting period is ending soon on the 6th of May, so it seems now very likely that Neutron will be onboarded as the first consumer chain. Once Proposal 782 is approved, Neutron will launch when validators representing 2/3 of the voting power on the Cosmos Hub start running nodes for Neutron. The Atom Accelerator DAO has received 61 applications so far according to their dashboard. However, a very critical and important funding theme area, which is business development, including institutional custody for Atom and consumer chain tokens, has received just 2 applications, requesting in total $60,000. Compared to the other funding themes, business development is by far the most underrepresented theme, both in terms of the number of applications received and the total amount of funding requested. Regarding the criteria used for ranking applications received, this information has only recently been added to their website. When applications for the program opened, the detailed criteria was not clear or transparent, so many individuals and teams initially submitted applications without knowing in detail the criteria used to rank applications. Furthermore, the criteria seems to be quite subjective and hence fragile to biases from those evaluating applications. There are only 4 categories in the criteria: program fit, project plan, team, and value for Atom. So far, the total amount given for grants in the first batch has been around $231,000. The governance proposal for the Atom Accelerator DAO in the Cosmos Hub passed on the 11th of February 2023, so it has been over 2.5 months since then. What has been the costs of running the grant program so far? Considering the monthly salaries of all the self-appointed members and the ongoing due diligence and operational costs, this is around $70,000 monthly. So for around 2.5 months so far, this is roughly $175,000. However, there was also the $52,500 legal structure setup fees, which brings the total cost so far to around $227,000. Almost the same as the amount given for grants so far. Furthermore, these huge costs and salaries seem questionable given the amount of work involved. 61 applications were received, but most of them were rejected based on some subjective criteria rating, and mostly without even an interview and just a standard rejection email with no further feedback. In addition, since the Atom Accelerator DAO is liquid staking part of the atoms received from the Cosmos Hub community pool for grants, more transparency should be provided about these staking rewards and how they are allocated for grants. Something surprising as well is that the CTO of Delphi Digital is part of the review committee of the Atom Accelerator DAO, and Delphi Digital launched also a funding program for the Cosmos ecosystem with several RFPs, but other top people at Delphi like Jose Maria Macedo confirmed to us that there is no collaboration or coordination regarding the RFPs or the funding between the Atom Accelerator DAO grants and the Delphi Digital Accelerator. Since Neutron will be launching very soon, we propose 792 to onboard as the first consumer chain on the Cosmos Hub, likely passing on the 6th of May. Here are some reminders about the Neutron airdrop. If you are eligible for the airdrop, you will be able to claim tokens from the airdrop within the first 3 months after the Neutron launch. These tokens will be unlocked over a 3-month period, and during this period, the tokens will generate voting power. For further details about the Neutron airdrop, you can check out our previous video. Following the successful launch of the FLIX token via StreamSwap, the FLIX drop is now expected in the coming weeks, either in May or June. Remember that 60 million FLIX is set aside for the FLIX airdrop and also for DAO collaborations. Namada and Anoma were present during the Consensus 2023 event in Austin from April 26-28. This year, Consensus featured a special Cosmos segment at Protocol Village that focused on the advancements and future prospects of the ecosystem. One of the sessions was titled IBC, Beyond the Cosmos, and it featured speakers such as Sunny and Chango. Another session titled Utility of the Hub, Cosmos Hub, featured speakers such as Jehan Trembach or Avril, the general manager of Neutron. Moreover, Ethan Buchmann was featured in the opening session titled Building the Interchain. The deadline to register in the Ejective Global Virtual Hackathon was on the 10th of April. The virtual hackathon is organized in 4 weeks: the launch week, the learn week, the build week, and the demo week. For the participants, there are up to $1 million in prizes, VC investments, incubation opportunities, and access to technical mentorship from the Injective team. For further details about the Injective Virtual Hackathon, we have added the link in the description. Lawmakers in the EU Parliament approved a comprehensive set of rules called MiCA for regulating the crypto industry in the EU. However, while this does mean the first major jurisdiction with a crypto law, it is not the first jurisdiction with a comprehensive blockchain law. In 2019, the Blockchain Act came into force in Liechtenstein, making it the first jurisdiction globally to have a comprehensive crypto regulatory framework, and the version 2 of the Blockchain Act is currently being prepared. So Liechtenstein with the Blockchain Act has already been several years ahead of the EU and MiCA. The MiCA rules will take effect 12 to 18 months after legislation is published in the bloc's official journal, which is likely to happen in June. Cosmonauts, don't hesitate to leave us your feedback below. You know we are always listening to keep improving. Also, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and activate the notifications so you will be the first to be informed whenever new episodes are released. Do you like our videos and find the content useful? Are you an Atom holder and staker? Then you can support our work with a little delegation to our Cosmos Hub Cosmic Validator. If you do stake some Atom tokens with us, please let us know below. The StreamSwap and FLIX token launch on Osmosis was amazing and an absolute success. Cosmonauts, we cannot wait to once again prepare the next episode, since we will be covering the launch of Neutron, which will be the first consumer chain to onboard in the Cosmos Hub. Right now is really one of the most exciting times in the whole history of the Cosmos ecosystem. Well, Cosmonauts, that's all for this episode. I really hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for the next episode. Very soon. See you in 2 weeks. Have a great one.
Warning.